I love my watershed because it's a great place to go bird watching. What better place to see all kinds of amazing birds than our wonderful watersheds?
Hi, I'm Ranger Waldron from Lake Skinner Recreation Area. The reason I love my watershed is rain or shine, this is my office.
Hi, I'm Kyla Brown. I'm the General Manager for the Riverside County Regional Park and Open Space District, and I love the watershed because I can ride bikes with my entire family. We get in good physical exercise and are surrounded by beauty, restoring our mental health.
Hi, my name is Sue. I love our watershed because it gives life and habitat to adorable little creatures like this California toad.
Hi, my name is Kira, and something I love about the watershed is in the winter I can play in the snow, and in the summer I can go to the beach.
Hi, my name's Jennifer, and I love the watershed because I like to bird.
I love my watershed for the wildlife habitat that it contains and the beauty that it gives our area.
The Santa Ana River is the heart of the Santa Ana River watershed, which is approximately 3,000 square miles and the largest watershed in Southern California. She's the giver of life throughout the region.
I love my watershed because the tree with the largest leaves of any woody tree in the continental United States lives here at the very bottom where gravity wants to take the water.
My name is Margie with Riverside County Parks, and I love my watershed because in the morning I could be up in the mountains listening to the water rushing over the rocks of the mountain creeks, and that same day in the afternoon I could be down at the ocean hearing the waves crashing over the rocks. That's why I love my watershed.
Amo mi cuenca de agua porque me permite jugar en la nieve.
Hi everyone, my name is Sammy and I am a park aide with Riverside County Regional Park and Open Space District. Thank you for joining me in day one of I Love My Watershed Week. And today I'm out here at Hidden Valley Wildlife Area and we're overlooking a portion of the Santa Ana River. The Santa Ana River starts in the San Bernardino Mountains, which are to the east of us. All the land where the Santa Ana River flows from the San Bernardino Mountains all the way to the Pacific Ocean and Huntington Beach is part of the watershed. Raise your hand if you live in a watershed. Are you raising your hand? Well, great, because everyone lives in a watershed. And if you live in Riverside County, you live in one of three watersheds. The Santa Ana River watershed, where we are standing today, the Santa Margarita watershed, or the Whitewater River watershed. So what is a watershed? In today's program, we are going to answer exactly what a watershed is and why it's so important. So I have a model of a watershed right here. My fingertips, all the way up here, those are the tops of the mountains. That's where the watershed usually begins. And then my fingers are all the tributaries and the rivers that flow down and then collect into a larger body of water, my body. So let's break down the word watershed. So first, water. We all know what water is. Water is the source of life, and we all need it to survive. We use water every day for drinking, for bathing, washing our dishes. If you are alive, you need water to survive. Now, the second part, shed. A shed can mean a few different things. You could think of a shed, like where we store things, or you might think of how a dog sheds its fur, or any kind of animal. And you know what? We could kind of think of a watershed in the same way. Everywhere our rivers and our rainwater and the snow melt sheds and then collects in a larger body of water, that is a watershed.
Most of a watershed's water begins its long journey far from where it ends. Watersheds come in all shapes and sizes. They can be large or small. For today's program, we are going to focus on the boundaries of the Santa Ana River watershed. The Santa Ana River drains the largest watershed in Southern California, covering over 2,650 square miles. The Santa Ana River begins high up in the San Bernardino Mountains, just below San Gorgonio Peak, at 11,503 feet. It is the highest peak in Southern California. It is here, fed by snowmelt and spring rains, that the Santa Ana River begins its long journey to the Pacific Ocean. The Santa Ana River stretches more than 110 miles, flowing through portions of 3 counties: San Bernardino County, Riverside County, and Orange County, and passing through 2 dams, the Seven Oaks Dam and Prado Dam. These dams not only hold back water to prevent flooding, they also create reservoirs that hold water for use by millions of people who live in the Santa Ana River watershed. The Santa Ana River watershed is home to an incredible diversity of life, including people and many kinds of plants and animals. The Santa Ana River watershed is home to hundreds of animal and plant species. More than a dozen species are protected by state and federal endangered species laws. The river, from its beginnings high in the mountains, traverses rock-strewn beds, deep canyons, washes, wetlands, and concrete channels before reaching the end of its 110-mile-long journey, where it enters the Pacific Ocean between Newport Beach and Huntington Beach. Our watershed is a place of beauty and diversity. It is a gift, and if we care for it, it will continue to be a source of drinking water, recreation, and inspiration, not only for us, but for future generations to come. John Wesley Powell defined a watershed as a bounded hydraulic system within which all living things are inextricably linked by their common water course, and where humans settled, simple logic demanded that they became part of a community. Powell wisely recognized that all living things in a watershed, including the wildlife and people, are united by and dependent on its central element, water.